Mexcreationtv, trying to give you a single update, giving you all what you need to know about coming to Qatar, working in Qatar, and some of the basics definitely you need to understand. Well, when I talk about Qatar, I'm giving my own experience for the period I've been here, and I've been going through the same thing. I went through the same things, so definitely letting you know that most of the guidance or most of the information I give you, if you definitely want to follow it, it's going to help you 100%. Yes, most of you keep on asking me questions, but you know, sometimes it gets a little bit very tricky that I cannot get back through all the questions and I cannot get back to you in time. Reason being that the nature of the work that I definitely tend to do also does not keep me in one position. I always keep on moving, and definitely, but I promise you, whenever I get a single time, definitely I'll be able to get back to you and give you the answer, giving you the right experience or giving you my answer regarding to what I've gone through and what I know partially when it comes to Qatar. Yes, most of you will talk about coming here in Qatar. Yes, to coming to most of these Gulf countries, something that definitely I need to let you know is that there are laws that govern the labor, the migrant, the residents, all. There are some laws that definitely, as individuals, we are supposed to follow. In any foreign country that you go to, let it for visit, let it for work, in whatever case, or each particular country has its own rules, of which when you go there and you're a visitor or you're seeking to work, you have to be able to follow the rules. So we are looking at Qatar now. I'm in Qatar and I'm trying to give you a guidance, living Qatar amicably, living it in a very good way, such that you don't fall into the aspects of trouble and don't fall into other trouble. Yes, one was asking me about the legal obligations of what you call migrant workers in the state of Qatar. Yes, when we look at the legal obligation of all migrant workers, we are looking at all people that are seeking to come to this Gulf country to do work. Yes, there are legal obligations that you are supposed to, as an individual, that you're supposed to follow. Remember, when we are talking about a legal obligation, we cannot fail to mention Law 21 of 2015 that regulates the entry and exit by your employer, which we call the residence law. Most of you've fallen into trouble because of violating what we call the residence law. You are sure me, most of you definitely speak to me, some of you in trouble because you did not know that that law works and that law works. Yes, let us try to look at the legal obligations of what we call workers in Qatar. If you are to come to work in Qatar, what are the legal obligations? First of all, you need to perform what you call your work by yourself, exactly as agreed in the contract. That is very important. Once you go beyond what was agreed in the contract, yes, your employer has a right either to terminate you or to do any case of whatever in any sort. Then you need to carry out what you call the employer's order. I'm not meaning orders that are bad orders, but orders that are related to work as stipulated in what you call the contract. So make sure you take the employer who gave you the permission, who gave you the visa to come into the country, you make sure you perform his orders or her orders according to the designated or according to the accorded work or work that is being given to you. Then we see you must not work for the third parties. That is something that definitely I keep on telling you. Most of you have made the mistakes. You are under one employer, but you are working for a third party without the permission of the first party, which is not allowed. For you to work for another third party, you either need a recommendation letter or you need what we call a secondment letter. That is approved by the first party that you are allowed to work for another third party with permission. That's what the labor law says, and that's what the Minister of Labor keeps on stressing, that you must get permission. In case of anything that happens, then definitely you cannot fall culprit of any of that regard. Then also you must meet what we call carry out safety and professionalism, and safety is quite very important. Let's see, most of you have been under supervisors that are really very harsh wherever projects you are posted to work. But however, you must follow the rules of that project. You must follow the rules of your supervisors. You definitely have to really get within the prescribed safety measures. You must follow them. In any case of any rule, of any unfollow, of any, getting against the safety procedure, your employer has a right either to terminate you, cut your salary, reduce the amount of money, or even give you what you call a little penalty. Now, so that is your legal obligation as you a worker in Qatar. Yes, as you the first time come, this is your legal obligation. It's not anyone's responsibility, but it is your responsibility as an individual also. Then we say you should not disclose what you call secrets. Yes, most of you will agree with me when it comes to secrets of company. Yes, confidentiality of information is very important. Most of you will agree with me. It's one of the things that definitely should say. Yes, confidentiality of information is very important, and most of you fallen into trouble because of this. Keep the company secrets away from any other third party unless you are given approval, because this is work that is supposed to be done by the PRO. Why do you have to disclose something that does not matter to you? It's the PRO of the company that's endowed with that power to do the speaking on behalf of the company, but you are not. You are just any other, unless your role or your provision or your role, your responsibility entitles you to do, then do. However, short of that, don't do it, because you'll fall in trouble in one way or the other. Yes, not use work tools outside workplace. Yes, this is a legal obligation. Yes, let's say for example you're a driver and you're given a company driver, but instead after working hours you use the same company driver to go and do some other business outside that. When they get you, you will be in trouble, and I'm telling you exactly, you will be in trouble. So avoid such kind of mistakes that you do. Yes, not accepting gifts. Yes, not accepting gifts, it may depend, but however, there are those gifts that you not accept to compromise with your responsibility and also to compromise with the work. Yes, when you do receive gifts, even me as my personal, when I was a security guard, I would get the gifts. But however, gifts would be in a line that straight aligns with my work, for appreciation of my work, not for me to violate or not for me to go against my responsibility. Yes, they're allowed, it may be on your way, but make sure as you're accepting the gift, know in which kind of line this person is giving you the gifts, because at the end of it, all it's going to be your responsibility in one way or the other. Then return at the end of the employment contract unused tools. Yes, that is part of your obligation as an individual. I told you, yes, when you're ending your contract, you've resigned from the company, you are planning to change your company, your notice period is done, make sure that you hand over whatever does not belong to you to the company. Because remember, if you don't hand over the company and the company files a case against you, it may not be good for you. It may not be good for you in any other. So this is a typical. After serving your notice period, let's say for example you're changing sponsorship from here and one company to another. Yes, make sure you hand over the tools that belong to that company, and you sign out of that company having handed over and having approved, stamped, and everything handed over, such that you can be able to move, or such that you can be able to exit outside the country. Hope I've tried to share something for you. For a person who is asking me the obligation, the legal obligation of you as a migrant worker in Qatar. Thank you so much. So remember, don't hesitate to follow Mexcreationtv, and don't hesitate to follow my other account is at I am Mex, talking about the different sports or the hidden gems that you can probably be able to visit in Qatar without even having to pay a single amount of money. Thank you so much. See you again in the next video.